Since the beginning of the world, the art is important to the society. You can know a lot about history, about the past with the history of art. It's important for you to dream, make new stories about the future, to open your mind.
For me, it's the question of what is considered art, because this is the main confusion, especially from people that don't come from the art world. Like, it's art a job, it's art labor, or it's art occupation.
I like this idea that art, that the production of art happens on several occasions. The whole process of making art is making art. So when I meet the people is a way of making art. When I do my concept is making art. When I do the show, when the exhibition is opening is a moment of art. So there are different moments in the art production.
Gives people perspectives and they can think of it in different ways. That's very good, because art is living not because it's art is living in a communication with people that look at art. That's the main thing, I think, in art. Like this communication between the art piece and the people looking at it or hearing it or experiencing it.
What should art do and what should art avoid? What I believe or what I feel that is the importance of art in my life, not as a maker of art, but as a, I don't find a better word than consumer of art, the magical effect that art can have in your life. To be inspired by something, by someone, to touch the sense of wonder, this aspect of inspiration, of admiration for someone, it's something very powerful. So it's to be exposed to certain forms of art, to amazing artists, a very big impact in your life. It can really change it somehow.
I think that art should create some visions. Not always are new, for example, because we know that we have a very big iconography from the past. So artists have to rethink and re-give some new images that are not new at all.
Today are in this time what every day we see 100 and thousands of pictures on internet. Basically we start to globalize. We start to globalize in some field of art. Aesthetics today means that we don't know actually which is our aesthetics, because you can easily mix something, because if you saw really big number of pictures in one day, you're just losing your like basic to say born aesthetics of your area, this place that you can call normality. Only way in which art can keep this integrity to focus on locals and the locals' histories and locals' aesthetics. So in this way you can relate your normality and your everyday life to art.
Then come in, and then you already see the exhibition.
We cannot create art because you wouldn't understand. And this is actually something I fight against. Art should be inclusive and inviting people to it, not trying to push them away because they're peasants and art is so royal. It was never the case. Artists never were superstars. It happened only in the recent centuries. They were always craftsmen. They were researchers. They were trying to find new ways of expressing the reality we live in. And I'm really against what's happening now when all the artists become superstars, and if you don't understand their art, then you are stupid.
Art should have a bit of autonomy and not to be used or instrumentalized in a ways that it actually cannot be and cannot solve all the problems, all the urgencies of this world. Art can be powerful and really change preconceptions of people. It's really important to use art as an amplifier. To give voice, like I said, to turn silence into language and into possibility for social or let's say even political actions to change the world for the better. But also it should not be narrowed down only in those tracks. And it should also give space for open encounters among people.
For me, art and culture work, but especially art, is a very important tool to address serious topics, problems and social issues in a society. It's not that I think that art replaces any other form of political activism, but I think it's a good addition to it. It's a different approach sometimes to it. You can, shed new light on things. You can also probably see some things like from a more distant point of view. I think that courage is an important aspect in political and artistic work because, I think there's nothing wrong with producing art that's amusing, that's entertaining, that's probably also just nice to look at, beautiful. But I think that in certain times, or if artists have they feel the need to bring something to the table in politically subversive ways, it takes some courage to also handle the criticism, because there are always people who will probably not like what you're doing. There will always be people who are criticizing you. Sometimes not easy to be one person in front of probably like thousands others, and they say like, we think what you're doing is not cool, or it's not art, or it's not fun.
There is a documentarist that say that a country without films, without documentaries, is like a family without a photo album. I can apply that to art too. You know, a country that doesn't have art doesn't exist in the future.